You've picked up the mantle in what's recognised as a flourishing schemes and delegated authorities business. What sets it apart from others in the market?
So we have a dedicated schemes and delegated authority business that provides us size, scale, capability, and we have an amazing set of people who work within that business that are dedicated to our delegated authority scheme and MGA partners. In the last 2 years, we've been voted Schemes Insurer of the Year independently by brokers and scheme partners. So that tells us that we're doing a lot of things right. We've also got a lot more people in our business now than ever before. It allows us to service our partners quicker and more efficiently, but also it means that we can understand their needs. And in 2024, we had more underwriting license enhancements than we'd ever had done before, making sure that we deploy the right decisions to our partners as quickly as possible. But it's not just about us. I've mentioned our partners. The key thing is, how do we empower their strategies? How do we give them confidence in AXA capacity? How do we make sure they can achieve their strategic ambitions? And they definitely get that through AXA, because we truly believe in long-term deals. In fact, we've been doing delegated authority for over 30 years.
It's a long time.
It is, and we're very, very proud of it. Our longest delegated authority relationship is now moving to 38 years. So what you get from AXA isn't just a commitment to long-term. Actually, we really have proven that we are in it for the long term and we're not going anywhere.
So what's in the pipeline for AXA in the coming months? Are there any new products and services on the horizon?
Very much so. So in 2024, we really lived up to our ambition of growing our niche and specialty business within schemes and delegated authority. We launched 2 brand new products to market. We're very proud of it. But actually what we want to do is for that to set our operational rhythm for the future. So you'll see more products coming to market. What that means for us is finding new partners to capitalise, but it also means how do we grow with our existing relationships. The thing for us is around long-term partnerships. So what hasn't changed is us finding partners who are experts in what they do, fantastic underwriters who provide long-term profitability to their carriers and for themselves, and making sure that the products work for the customers and they get expected outcomes. So although we are definitely looking to keep evolving and keep innovating, very much based off our foundations of doing the right things in the right way.
It's easy to get complacent when business is going well. So what are you doing to stay ahead of your competitors?
First off, I think you're right. And one of the things that we are trying to make sure we don't do is be complacent. So one of the things that we are definitely doing is looking at the needs and demands of our partners. And one of the big things is, how do we make ourselves more efficient to get answers quicker to our partners more than ever. So what you're seeing at the moment is an investment in our IT infrastructure, which might not sound too exciting, but actually what it's going to do is speed everything up. It's going to allow us to use AI and data to ingest bordereaux and data quicker. And what it really means for our partners, and this is the thing that matters, is they're going to have underwriters who are going to have more time to underwrite. They're going to have relationship managers who have got more time to spend time with them. And that's really important to AXA so that we can be there for our partners and help them grow their business. And alongside that, it's around our product range. How do we make sure we are giving our partners more quality products from AXA? And then also, how do we sit behind their products, their desires to fix emerging risks that are coming down the track for our customer base?
And how is AI making a difference? Can you tell me a bit more about that?
So what we're doing in our schemes and delegated authority business is we're using AI to make ourselves more efficient. We want to use the data that we've got to make quicker decisions. We want to provide that data capability to our partners, and we want to make it easier to trade with AXA. Delegated authority has quite a traditional way of submitting bordereaux. Well, we've now got robots and AI capability that are going to ingest them and absorb them. And that time is being freed up so the team aren't doing administrative tasks. They're out there trying to grow our business, trying to grow our partner's business. So AI is very much an enabler of a schemes and delegated authority business. And for me, it's about how do we keep that going. So although we've started, actually, we're still being curious and we want to find more ways to use AI to make our business more efficient for our partners.
Insurance isn't just about settling claims, it's about helping customers better manage risks so that they can avoid making claims in the first place. What is the schemes and DA business doing to support customers here?
Very much AXA fundamentally believes in exactly that statement, and one of our mantras is prevent and protect. But what does that mean? It means two things. For our partners, it means how do we make sure we're there for them for the long term. That's why we do long-term capacity deals, multi-year contracts, and that you get the power of AXA behind you, helping you achieve what you need to do as a business. But for customers, and the reason why they've bought in the insurance in the first place is actually we want to prevent them having to make claims because we can provide them with advice at the front end. And a great example of that is our management liability proposition with Radar. Last year, we took over 300,000 calls from customers who wanted legally privileged advice on how to help them run their business. The upside for customers is that we see a reducing claims frequency when they have spoken to our team. What that really means is they're getting the advice, they're protecting their business, and they can get on with running their business knowing that they've got the right advice from AXA that has meant that they haven't had to make a claim.
Supporting the local community is something that you and your teams are strongly involved in. Why is that important?
It's important for schemes and delegated authority, but it's also really important to the whole of AXA. We have a very clear hearts in action kind of approach to how do we allow and promote our teams and our individuals to make the most of their 3 days volunteering that they get a year. Within our schemes and delegated authority business, we've been really keen to do that. We're in 8 sites across the UK and we want to be present in the communities. We're really proud over the last 4 years, we've raised over £160,000 worth of money to donations, and in 2024 we actually achieved over 40,000 in the year. We do it because it's important for all of us to give back, but also it's a bit of fun, it's a bit of camaraderie, and it really allows us to make sure that AXA is present in our local communities.
Thanks very much for your time, Joel.
Thank you for having me.